I'm sure you've noticed that I'm not typically the kind of person that is at a loss for words. My dad has often joked about how quiet I was when I was a kid. I guess I didn't say a whole lot, but I've spent the better part of the last 2 decades making up for lost time and speaking up and speaking out quite a bit. But watching the events of this last month, I find myself a little bit speechless this morning. I think it's partly due to the fact that I've just been overloading my brain with too much information this last week. And as I was reading through Ephesians 5 yesterday and Ephesians chapter 6 this morning, there's so much there in the passage, so many things that I could talk about, but I find myself just rehearsing over and over again a meditation from the Psalms in my mind. In Psalm 61, King David says, "Hear my cry, O God, and attend to my prayer. From the end of the earth I will cry to you. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I." I don't know about you, but my heart is pretty overwhelmed by circumstances that seem as though they are unnecessary. Perhaps my assessment of the situation is wrong, but I can't help but feeling like things didn't quite have to go the way that they have gone, and that the way that things have gone, the long-term ramifications of them is not ultimately going to be a good thing. Paul in Ephesians chapter 5, he exhorted the Christians in the city of Ephesus to walk circumspectly, wisely, because they were living in evil days. It feels in some ways like maybe we've forgotten that evil is real and that we actually live in a broken and fallen world. And sometimes you look at the actions of our leaders and it just seems like they don't seem to be walking circumspectly or wisely. And the part that weighs heavily is the feeling that there is zero accountability for the foolishness of decisions that have been made. The seeming disavowal of responsibility is shocking. But when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Not a lot to say today. We'll see you next time.